Welcome back. I'm back. That phrase has never made more sense, has never been more relevant, it has never been perfect as it is now. So welcome back. And for those of you who are looking for something different, something interesting, no, it's just going to be the same old videos, and I'm not going to waste time talking about what I've been up to and that kind of garbage waste of time. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm going to talk about that very thing that I'm not doing right now, which is not quitting, or the very thing that I am doing right now, which is not quitting. And I think that as a whole describes me as who I am. It describes a large part of me, and that's what I've said for the past 2 weeks, sort of like over and over and over and over again, as I've been asked the question a lot in interviews and in school assignments, what's my biggest strength? I'd always answer with resilience. I'm not here to talk about how I'm so resilient, I'm so special, and praise me. And I'm just here to share some tips and techniques, some tricks and that kind of things, so you can become more resilient in your life amidst this chaotic world. We often think of the person who's resilient and stoic in nature as powerful, and the person who's unfazable to be cool. It's definitely cool, to be that person in the face of all the challenges in this world, to just stand there and just be, like, I can't be stopped. And I've felt that way recently. I've gone through a bunch of crap. I'm not here to talk about it, but and just having that positivity and being yourself amidst all of it is so empowering. It's so cool. It's just so nice. And it's like I'm unfazed. To have that nonchalant aura. You know what I mean? If I had to use I guess the modern lingo. So yeah, just having that nonchalantness to you is something we've all wanted. It's something that's praised within society. And so how do we go about achieving this nonchalantness, this resilience, this inability to be pushed over and phased? The biggest thing, the number one thing, is identity. And to show this, I'm going to use the analogy of a skateboarder. If a skateboarder falls on his knee, or someone who's skateboarding, and he's doing the normal things, and he falls on his knee and he scrapes his knee and he gets a boo-boo. If he had no identity as a skateboarder, he'd sit there, ask himself, why am I skateboarding? There's no point in skateboarding. I'm done. That's it. And that's the end of his skateboarding for his entire life, because he has no identity, he has no reason to skateboard. But instead, if this person had the identity of a skateboarder, he would fall on his knee, get his boo-boo, and be like, I'm a skateboarder. That's what happens. Let's get up and keep going. And if we apply this to our lives, if you have a strong identity of who you are, if you don't have this identity that's relied upon grades, right? We all know that person who has who identifies with the grades, who gets all the good grades, and they're such a nerd, and like whatever their school grade is, that determines who they are as a person. They get a bad grade. There's a joke on the internet. I got a 98. Oh, I suck. I'm so stupid. And they act like if they actually got a bad grade, they'd be mortified, because their identity is based on their grades. And so this poor identity of theirs makes them fragile, makes them susceptible to a lot of bad things. And that can be said with identifying any other external metric. So I'll tell you how you should identify yourself, how to have that very strong sense of identity, so that when you fall and you get your boo-boo and you get run into unfortunate life circumstances, you're just unfazed. You're like, this is just one obstacle in my way. There's no problem in it. So having that strong identity first should not have any external sort of obligations or core, right? Not with school, not with work, not with money, not with height, not with physique, not with weight. None of it. None of it should be your identity. Your identity should solely be you as a person, your strengths and your flaws. And if you were, and not if you were, the one external, the one exception, external identifier is your religion. Because what does a failure preach in religion? Religion preaches in a failure to get back up, keep trying, go harder. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And with that, you become unstoppable. If you have no religion, you're just completely writing off this potential. So, I mean, that's just out of your own expense. So if you have a religion, that is your identity, part of your identity, you'll be unable to be stopped, because your religion just tells you to get up and keep going. And religion also tells you to try your best in every category, in every dynamic of your life, to give 100% effort. So it's not like it's a destructive identity. It's only positive. It's only reforming. You're just told you make a failure, get up, repent. The only thing holding you back is your feelings. So identify with religion and identify with who you truly are. Just your characteristics, right? The things that make you cool, things that people praise about you, things that people like about you. It's tough to ask the question, oh, what makes me so cool? Do the work that you need to do to figure out what makes you special. That's that. Now, if the skateboarder would fall over and over and over again, and his boo-boo keeps getting bigger and bigger, eventually he's going to lose his sense of identity. Why am I a skateboarder? You'd be like, oh, I'm a skateboarder because I like it. Keep following. You're going to keep asking yourself that question. Why am I a skateboarder? Why am I a skateboarder? I mean, if I think about it right now, just off the top of my head, I recall that I'm very critical. So if I'm very critical of my own identity, that has made my identity very, very, very firm, which has allowed me to have that resilience. So it's not something I'm making up. It's not this identity thing is not. It goes hand in hand, and I'm telling you from firsthand that this is a thing. And having this strong identity gives you an unreasonable sense of confidence that you are like unfazed. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, if the skateboarder keeps falling over and over and over again, and we live in the real world, if you push me far enough, I'd let go of my identity. We all have our limits, right? None of us are like Nabi Ayyub. We try to be, where we just keep job if you are not Muslim, where we just keep getting the trials of life and we're just like pushing through it, unstoppable. But eventually we would fall heir to that. The best thing to do then is to realize death. Death is a thing. You get this big failure. You try to restore your identity. It's not working. If you remember death, you remember how silly everything is. How much it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, 6 months from now, you're going to be the same person doing the same thing with clothes on if you're still alive. And what death does, death is true failure, right? No matter what you do, as long as you're not dead, you'll be okay. And that's because death, you can't change anything. There's no changing. As a person, there's no changing. There's no redemption. There's no becoming a better person. That's it. You got everything and cemented. You're stuck. You're screwed. So death is like the loss, the true failure. And if you continue to think about death, this Stoic philosophy, this Islamic philosophy, memento mori, if you continue to think about death, you realize nothing matters. The only thing matters is that you can try to change. Because that's all you can do when you're alive. And that's the only thing you don't have, or that's the main thing you don't have when you're dead. So now you understand that, death exists. I'm going to die. Some of these things don't really matter, but I should always try my best from the identity of religion. And religion also says that, like, when you die, all you have is your soul, and that's all you can take with you to the day of judgment. That's all you have going for you. So there's no point in dreading the past. You can't change that. There's no point of wanting to die, because then that prevents all change. The best thing you can do is change. Remember death in your toughest of moments, and it's so hard to do, but try and put it in every aspect of your life. When my grandfather passed away, seeing his body, touch his body, do ghusl for his body. If you're unfamiliar, I'm not explaining it, go Google it. But doing that is what it gave me a very strong sense of death. And I think someone is going to experience death very soon because of that. I'm going to kill you if you don't turn off your car alarm. Anyways, I will murder that person. So just going back one more time to the skateboarder thing, if that skateboarder in a void continues to fall over and over and over and over again, and is now starting to give up, if he just has the skateboard in his hand and everything, all else is gone, it's just him, skateboard, and just void. No, nothing else. He will fall on his knee over and over and over again, and then he'll get up over and over and over again, even if he doesn't have this identity, because he realizes, what else am I supposed to do? Just keep skateboarding. That's all I can do. There's no sitting down. There's no laying down. There's no doing this. There's no doing that. Just skateboard. Remember death. And that's where religion plays an important role. So that's the final part. So the first part is having that strong sense of identity. Second step is constantly reminding yourself of death, and that the only thing you have going for you is change, and so that's all you really need going for you. The final part is actually doing the right things. If you're doing the wrong things and you keep failing at it, you're just being stupid. If you're just running into a wall, running into a brick wall over and over again, like legitimately running into a brick wall. Imagine a brick wall and just running into it, hoping that you're going to go through it. You're never going to go through it because where's the rationality in that? So resilience needs logic. If you fail an exam because you didn't study a certain amount, the honest truth is, like, all you need to do is you need to change study habits, right? That's it. If you had a big financial loss, all you can do is just earn more money and prevent that financial loss. Don't be stupid by buying something really dumb that you don't need, right? So you can apply these rules to everything in life. But that third point I'm trying to make is understanding what is the right choice, right? Not being stupid. If the skateboarder keeps falling over and over and over again, he's going to have a hole in his knee and he's going to be like, I can't skateboard anymore. Like, of course, the skateboarder has to take time, heal up, make the boo-boo go away. Yeah, make the boo-boo. It needs to be gone before you continue. Then you can continue to skateboard, right? So we have to be smart. And the best way of doing this is religion. Religion was in the first step. Religion is in the second step. Religion is the final step. Should show you that religion is the most important thing, no matter where you are. But if you have religion that sets your core values, it sets your understanding of what's important and what's not important. And all these silly things like running into a brick wall and trying to go through it goes away. You know, trying to get this perfect grade, 5.0 GPA, it's not going to happen. It's having that rationality and understanding what's important in life and when to give up, because sometimes it is important to give up, but only in the right context, and let religion determine that. You're not smart enough to determine it. We're all stupid. Honestly, every day we're probably running into brick walls and we don't even realize it. So we'll use religion. It's been given to us perfectly by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you're not Muslim, become Muslim. But if you're not, like, it's scientifically proven. It's proven through psychology that having an understanding of some greater good is better long-term, short-term, whatever problem you have. First step, have that strong sense of identity. Have that unstoppable confidence. Step 2, remember death. And step 3, don't be stupid. That's all. Take care.